much for starting your Sunday morning here with me on Weekends with Whitney. Coming up in this morning's show, amidst the hustle and bustle of the holidays, or maybe just everyday life, do you feel like you're not sprinting toward the finish line, but maybe limping? Coming up, Dr. Nick lets us know why that's not only okay, it's perfectly normal. He shares his wit, wisdom, and his new book this morning. Plus Uber. It's the newest transportation option in Baton Rouge. But do they deliver the speedy service they promise? Who's driving? And do their prices stack up against the competition? I find out for you. And Sydney Joy and I share a family holiday tradition, making bourbon balls, all the way from Kentucky to you, our secret recipe. And sounds of the season. I'll take you on a musical pilgrimage through downtown as hundreds raise their voices. But we begin with a new way to get around. Uber promises to get you there faster than anyone else. But do they really deliver? So 'tis the season to get someone else to drive, right? So all of my friends have been telling me about this service that they've been using called Uber. And I'm sure that you've heard about it on the news some. It's kind of an alternative cab service. They will come and pick you up, but they're here faster. So I just thought it would be fun to see how efficient they really are. So I'm here at the Cook Hotel on LSU's campus, and we're going to see how long it takes them. Well, the coolest thing is that I downloaded the app, and it will tell me how many cars are nearby immediately. So right now, okay, so 7 are close by. So that alone is impressive, right? That there are so many so close. Because I've tried to use cab companies before in Baton Rouge, and it's been dreadful. I was downtown one night for an hour, and at that point, I just almost started walking. Luckily, I found a friend, but anyway, it can be daunting, right? So that there are so many so close. We're going to see how fast someone gets here. Evidently, Lawrence in a Hyundai Elantra is coming to get me. Now, I could say, no, I don't want Lawrence in the Hyundai Elantra to come and get me, but why not? But anyway, I guess if someone looks scary or, I don't know, you don't like the car, you can press no and they'll send another one for you. Oh, driver en route. So he got it and it's that fast. Now, he doesn't know. Oh, I see. Oh, here he comes. Like, that's his car. How cute is that? He's coming. The funny part is he doesn't know that there's going to be camera equipment and 20 million questions. So we'll see if he's up for the challenge.
It's rush hour on a Tuesday evening. The interstate is barely moving, and Lawrence arrives in just over 4 minutes.
You ready for TV camera? I'm doing a story on Uber.
But he was not up to the challenge. So I checked the app, canceled the trip, and asked for another driver.
Okay, John in a Ford Focus is available. All right, John. Oh, and John has a rating of 4.7. I don't know yet what that score is out of how many. I mean, I'm hoping it's 5, right? Hoping it's not out of a 10 scale, but I'll find out, and I can find out where John is. I'm going to show you where John is. Here's John, and here's me. So it says that John will be here in 4 minutes.
As a safety feature, the app also shows you the driver's photo and license plate number. That's not all. To become an Uber driver, you have to go through county, multi-state, and federal background checks. Their driving record is under the microscope, too.
Poor John doesn't know, but he has a lot of questions coming his way. There's kind of no way to give them the heads up.
What I know now that I didn't know then was that I could have called John right on his phone and told him that I wanted to interview him along our ride. But I was still stuck in the reruns of Taxi, thinking on the lines of Central Dispatch instead of new technology. And that new technology really gives Uber the edge. The closest driver is notified immediately when a pickup is requested, and that driver only has 15 seconds to respond. If not, it goes to the second closest.
So another thing that I think is interesting about this is the stories of the drivers. Some people have been out of work. Some people are just trying to supplement their income. Like on their days off, they'll, be their own kind of taxi service.
Drivers can make several $100s a day. They get 80% of the fare. Uber gets 20%. But time to check back in on John.
Oh, that's me. Hey.
It took John 3.5 minutes to arrive. Impressive. I'll be really impressed if he'll do an interview.
It's your lucky day.
He's reluctant, but I'm not giving up.
All right, yay! Talk about having to use your power of persuasion. Gee, that took a long time. But he's gonna do it. Let's go.
But then he got cold feet again. It wasn't the camera he was afraid of, it was Uber. John says this is the most lucrative part-time job he's ever had and didn't want to risk losing it. Nonetheless, I was impressed with arrival times of each driver, less than 4 minutes. But I wondered if getting picked up at a home instead of a hotel would yield the same results. So on Thursday around lunchtime, I opened up my Uber app.
So there are several drivers nearby, one really close. So it says my driver's coming, he'll be here in 4 minutes, and he has a scale of 4.8. Said he'll be here in 1 minute. He's coming from that direction. I love that you can watch where they are. How convenient is that? Especially if you have to run back in and get something or.
As promised, in 4 minutes, he's here.
Boy, you are fast.
This time, though, I'm going for a ride, even if it's only with my iPhone. Along the way, I find out that my driver's been a journalist, school teacher, and an entrepreneur. 3 months ago, between ventures, he decided to do this for a while. He loves it, and he's making nearly as much money driving as he did in those other jobs, without a boss or an office these days. After a few miles, I asked him to make a stop so I could run a quick errand. My fare for the 10-minute trip, stop included, was $8.67, which I thought was reasonable. And that includes the tip, because you don't tip. Everything is one lump sum, paid through a credit card, a voucher, or PayPal. No cash ever changes hands.
So my first Uber experience was terrific. I loved the driver. His car was nice and clean. I love the price. The price was really outstanding, and that the tip was included and that it was all done on my phone. It just couldn't have been any easier. Well, stay with us. Coming up as Weekends with Whitney continues, Dr. Nick unveils his new book and lets us know why limping along instead of sprinting may be one of the healthiest and realistic things we can do.
Discover the LSU Alumni Association Tiger Elite Membership Rewards Program. Join for as little as $10 per month and begin receiving football memorabilia signed by LSU sports legends. Donations to the Alumni Association support more than 300 Chancellor's Alumni, Flagship, and Global Student Scholarships, over 40 alumni professorships, faculty excellence awards, and stipends. Your university, your alumni association. Visit lsualumni.org/membership and join today. Go Tigers!
You've heard about this party? Now be a part of it. Kick off 2015 Baton Rouge's proven best New Year's Eve experience, 7:30 p.m. to 1 a.m. at the Lod Cook Alumni Center, featuring deluxe overnight accommodations at the Cook Hotel, in-room champagne, commemorative party favors, and 2 premium open bars. Live entertainment by after 8, hors d'oeuvres, and a 3-course seated dinner, a Southern-style breakfast with Bloody Mary bar. All-inclusive packages for 2 start at $3.99. Call Stacy Messina at 225-383-2665. Or 383-COOK.
Welcome back to Weekends with Whitney. We are joined again with Dr. Nick Abraham.
And the coffee cup.
You know, last time you were here, you said I needed them.
I love it.
And you were talking about this, and we had both.
Has
it been that long?
It's been too long, Whitney.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Well, it's called I'm Limping Very Well, Thank You. How did the title come about?
The last article that I wrote, because you know it's a series of articles that I wrote in Reflections. The last one I wrote was about my struggle with depression about 15 years ago. And I just remember as I was writing it, as I came to the end, I realized that I'm going to always be limping or bruised or wounded. That there are just scars in life. And I thought the whole notion of limping was really kind of a neat way to say that we're all kind of a little bit broken, not damaged, but we're a little bit kind of off. Life throws us off the bike.
And I heard something one time. It said we are real because of our brokenness.
Wow.
People can relate to us
Yes.
more. That makes us human.
Yes.
We're all broken in some
Yes,
ways.
and I don't know that you were around in the 70s when Henry Nouwen was a great Catholic psychologist priest, wrote one of his greatest books was called The Wounded Healer, and was saying that we really can only help from our own woundedness, from our own experiences, which is what this book is so much about. I don't talk that professionally. I talk from a lot of personal experience, which I think is important. Vulnerability is important.
Sure. And to be able to express that can be rare sometimes.
Can be rare, yes.
And that people can't
Absolutely.
show their vulnerability.
Absolutely. And I thought you were going to say it can be dangerous, because I don't want anything that I ever say to be always about me. It's about helping somebody else. But you help someone by saying, I understand. I've been depressed. I've had pain. I've had broken relationships. I've had obsessions. I've had compulsions. It just resonates at this time of year that it's okay. Families getting together at Christmas. We don't know what it's going to be.
That can involve a lot. Well, back to that real quick. Someone once said, and I thought it very wise, I don't know that it's completely true, but the two most important words in the English language are...
I don't know.
Me too.
Me too. Love it, Whitney. I may have to write an article on that for the next book.
Yeah, me too.
Me too. That's great.
So
That's
we talk
great.
about limping. I love the visual.
We talk about
too,
limping.
because we're all have some sort of a limp.
And
through life.
the book cover was actually the graphic designer did this. Did it after she wrote the book, but didn't do it for the book. Just felt inspired, and I said, I love that. I want that for the front.
I do too.
I think
but
great.
it's all about struggles. I mean, Nikki writes
no,
beautifully.
no,
very
it's not.
uplifting, very hopeful, very.
It
It's
is.
everything, really.
There are a lot of articles in there about self-development, about joy, about living in the now, about working through your strengths, not your weaknesses, making good choices, discernment. There's some in there about what technology is about, how we can use it and it not use us. I talk about the whole notion of how do we deal with violence, and violence starts very much in the home, and that we need to start there, and just verbal violence and how we talk to people. But you're right, a lot of it, hopefully it's inspirational.
Yes, I'm certain that it would be. But I have to ask too, because there seems to be a writer in a lot of people, and some people are going to want to know, how did you publish your book?
Yes.
And how did you discipline yourself enough? Because, he's a musician, he's a counselor, you do a million things, and yet you were able to get this done.
I have always wanted to write. And I remember when I was working on my dissertation, I got scolded very often from people in the professional academic world, no offense, that I didn't know how to write well. And after I finished my PhD, I started realizing I'm not an academic writer. I am a conversational writer. So I started writing out of my own, gift, what I thought was a gift.
It is.
And so what I would say to people who are watching, just start writing. You might be a research writer, you might be a biographer, you might be a storyteller, you might want to just, journal your own experiences. And then I always did, though, like grammar. I have to say, I always liked grammar. I have an editor, but I think for the most part, I'm able to kind of lay it out. But even there, again, conversational writing is great, Whitney.
It is.
Because when you're reading, you're feeling like you're with the person.
I think it's a gift. I think it's my favorite writing, frankly.
It really is. And I would say again to people, write. Just write. And there are always ways to publish. I had that published through Amazon.com.
Did you really?
CreateSpace is the name of it, createspace.com. Free, that you just send them the copy ready to go, the book cover ready to go. They print and produce on demand, so that people can go to Amazon.com and buy the book if they want to. I'm just saying that's where it is.
Yes.
Or to my site, nickabraham.net. But anybody can publish.
I didn't
My
know that.
19-year-old niece just published her first book on Amazon.com.
So what does it cost does it depend on how many copies you get and all those type of
Well,
things?
the cost is in getting it edited, laid out, and designed. See, if you get somebody to do that, and then you just simply send that in to create space, it costs nothing. They do it. And then I think it's like maybe X amount a book they charge me,
Okay.
for that. But it's not, and it saves the writer from having to put up $5,000, $6,000, $7,000
what-
and have 3,000 books published.
And have
See?
2,500 left over.
And have 2,500. Sidney Joy Reid could right now write and create a book, publish a book. You could publish a book.
That's
My
fascinating.
life is an anchor.
That's
My life is a
fascinating.
mother. My life is a friend. My life is a beauty. My life is a model. My life as whatever. See, you could just go on and on.
I wasn't the last two, but
Oh,
But I
weren't
guess
a
you could say you were anything you wanted to be,
You
right?
weren't a model? Oh, I thought you were.
Oh,
Well, you
heavens.
were Miss Ole Miss, whatever you were over at Ole Miss. Merry Christmas, Whitney.
Merry Christmas. A lot of families have those great holiday traditions involving food, and ours is bourbon balls. And one of the reasons is I'm from Kentucky, and so Kentucky bourbon balls are kind of legendary, and nobody really around here makes them. But you can join me in giving them out this holiday season because my daughter Sydney Joy and I are going to show you how we do it. So, Sydney Joy, how many times have we done this?
Like every year.
Yeah, and it's a favorite of yours, right?
Yeah. It's favorite of my teachers too.
Yeah, and why is that?
I don't know. They just like
The
them.
teachers love it when they get them. I think it's because few people make them, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because when I take them to work, it's like, oh, the heavens have risen. They are so excited. So yeah, it's fun, right? When you bring good food and people like it. So this is one of those things, and it really involves no baking. Now the chocolate part's difficult. We'll start there, but let's show folks how to do it because there are not a lot of recipes around here for this. So this came from some family members in Kentucky. So way back when. So we've soaked some chopped pecans in 1 cup of chopped pecans, although these, I'd really cut them a little more than chopped, in 5 tablespoons of Maker's Mark, because it's a Kentucky whiskey and it's a favorite. So everybody tends to love that. So they soaked overnight and throw them in. Now we're just making one batch, but sometimes we make it like 4 times the batches. I'm sure we'll be making more, but this is the first one this year, which is always fun. All right, and the creaming of the 1/2 cup of butter is always fun. This is the part that I let you do, right? Because it's challenging. And then you're gonna have so much powdered sugar. You know what? Cream that just a little bit first. Yeah. You're gonna think that you're putting way too much powdered sugar in there and how will all of this ever go together, but it will. I think the Maker's Mark and the pecans helps a little bit. But it's a 16-ounce bag of confectioner's sugar. Or if you buy the big bag, like I bought a 7-pound bag, it ends up being 3 3/4 cup. Now, I'm gonna slowly add in this for you.
Okay.
And you just keep working, girl. It's looking good. So when you finish, it's going to have the consistency of cookie dough, right? It really kind of looks like cookie dough. And then we have to roll them into balls. You want to taste a little bit and make sure it tastes good? See, there's no raw eggs or anything. We can do that. What do you think? Creamy? Nice? And for cheese
Freezer.
sake, we're going to put them in the freezer for about 30 minutes, and then we'll be back. So we froze these for 30 minutes, or you could keep them in the refrigerator overnight, but we're doing the fast method for you. And then you take almond bark. A million companies make it, but I love they come in like big ice cube looking things. Sydney Joy added 4 because it hardens fast, so you have to kind of work fast. But you just melt it in the microwave. That's how I do it. You can do it in a double boiler, but this just seems to work for me. I'm less likely to scorch it. Okay, now this is the tricky part, right? Here goes Sydney Joy. We just put it in there and kind of roll it around. How we do it. It's not perfect, but then sometimes we both try to get in the bowl. And we fight over it, don't we? Like, but taking it off is key, right? Some people use toothpicks. I've never had a lot of luck. Of course, I do have a lot of chocolate left on the outer part sometimes, which is great to eat. But that's it. Good job, Sydney Joy.
Thank you.
We'll keep doing this. But you get the idea, you get the hang of it, right? And then you just put these in the refrigerator until they're ready to serve. And voila, keep awesome. If you missed the recipe, we have it on our website, weekendswithwhitney.net. Much more coming up right after this.
Discover the LSU Alumni Association Tiger Elite Membership Rewards Program. Join for as little as $10 per month and begin receiving football memorabilia signed by LSU sports legends. Donations to the Alumni Association support more than 300 Chancellor's Alumni, Flagship, and Global Student Scholarships, over 40 alumni professorships, faculty excellence awards, and stipends. Your university, your alumni association. Visit lsualumni.org/membership and join today. Go Tigers!
You know the best thing about Raising Cane's? Well, we have fresh, never-ever frozen 100% premium chicken fingers. We also have extra long crinkle-cut fries. Then there's our crisp coleslaw and buttery Texas toast. And of course, you can't forget about our totally craveable cane sauce. But while all those things are definitely tasty, the absolute best thing about Raising Cane's is simple. We don't make it until you're ready to eat it. Raising Cane's, one love.
Give the gift of fine dining this holiday season. Wayne Stabler Companies is offering one card for four. Le Creole, The Little Village, Stab Steak and Seafood. 4 sizzling restaurants, one card.
Maggio, the only way to go. Maggio Buick GMC, your satisfaction's our specialty. We really deliver on Falls River, here in New Roads. Small town atmosphere, legendary service for over 60 years. Maggio, the only way to go. The only way to go, that's Maggio.
This segment brought to you by our friends at Wayne Stabler Companies. There's a musical pilgrimage in downtown Baton Rouge that you may never have heard of, even though it's in its 18th year. Well, it's a chance for people to get to absorb, experience, and appreciate all the musical talents of our downtown churches. And this morning, you have a front row seat. This is the music pilgrimage that many of the downtown churches get together and give to the community. And as you can see, people are just pouring in. It gets bigger and better every year, and a lot of people haven't heard of it, and you may not have. I came for the first time last year, and when I was here, I said, next time I'm coming with a television camera. So here we are. Enjoy the music.
This is a great opportunity for all the downtown churches to get together and just share a little bit of their music program and just share with the community just the joy of Christmas. Of it and doing all that is we're able to pack the whole stage. At the end of this, you'll see we'll bring in over 300 people probably on stage, and we'll end with the singing of Hallelujah chorus. It's going to be a great opportunity to sing together. So that's really the highlight and the end point of the pilgrimage.
you'd like to experience it next year, look for it on the night of the second Sunday in December.
On the lakes at LSU rests the Cook Hotel and Conference Center. When you're traveling to Baton Rouge, the choice is simple. A prime location for business or pleasure. Family-friendly, unparalleled service and hospitality. Complimentary full buffet breakfast. Business efficient. 128 distinctive deluxe rooms and luxury suites. Private and relaxing campus environment unique to the city. When you're traveling to Baton Rouge, the choice is simple. The Cook Hotel and Conference Center at LSU.
Give the gift of fine dining this holiday season. Wayne Stabler Companies is offering one card for four. Le Creole, The Little Village, Stab's Steak and Seafood. 4 sizzling restaurants, one card.
Today's show was made possible by the generous support of the LSU Alumni Association and the Lod Cook Hotel and Conference Center at LSU. Thanks so much for starting this Sunday morning with us here on Weekends with Whitney. We wish you a very Merry Christmas. Don't forget, you can always follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or you can always go to the website, weekendswithwhitney.net. If you didn't get that bourbon ball recipe, we'll have it there for you. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Weekends with Whitney. Thanks for spending part of your Sunday morning with us here on Tune In. Yeah, tune in. There's a flashback. Audio check, testing 1, 2, 3. I don't hear anything. I mean, plantations and hot air balloon rises. Oh, but just give me 60 seconds. I'll be finished in 1 second. No place does the Nutcracker. Makes it real. Hello. Hey, next we are fishing for reds with Lieutenant Governor Jay Darden. Hey, Risa. I locked myself in. That's so me. Oh, look, I did it. Can't get out of the car. Gee. So all my friends have been talking about Uber, which is an alternative cab service, you know, in the rough sense of the word. I'm going to say that differently. Loved the driver. Really loved the driver. I don't know what all that means. But I'm just hoping to get to. So we'll say the other guy was kind of nice, that he didn't say, you know, I owed him for fare to drive over here. I mean, he didn't drive far, but I mean, he could have. But there was no way to tell them, smile, you're on candid camera yet. I mean, I would have, but there's kind of no way to give them the heads up.